promised on the introduction, I'm off fishing today with Lee and Asa at our local syndicate. It's about 6:30 in the morning, still dark outside, car's packed. Just going to finish my coffee, then I'm going to get going. So the next time I see you, I shall be on the lake and we'll have a walk around, see if we can see some fish and see where we're going to fish for today, tonight and tomorrow morning. So until then. Right, here we are on the lake. As you can see, I'm sat in my car. It's still a little bit too dark to go and have a walk around. It's very wet outside, so I don't really fancy falling over in this weather. Rain has stopped, so that's a plus. So I'm going to sit here and have a drink for 5 minutes. Hopefully the sun will come up properly and we'll have a walk around and decide where we're going to fish. Doesn't look like anybody else is on the lake yet. I think Ace is getting here at first light as well, so he should be here shortly. I'm not quite sure what time Lee will turn up. He does have a tendency to turn up about lunchtime, but he has got young kids, so we'll let him off this time. So, see you in a bit. Okay, so welcome to the syndicate. It's about 7 1/4 acres, I'm being told, with approximately 250 carp in. The current lake record is about 28.5 pound. There are rumours to be bigger fish in here. I've only fished it twice, so it's a relatively new lake for myself. Had a couple of good results, nothing majorly big though, so we're hoping to beat that today. So let's have a walk around the lake and see if we can't see some fish and decide where we're going to set up for the night, or for the day and the night I guess. So here we go. So here we are in affectionately what is called the bog swim. For obvious reasons, there's a bog. Nice, eh? Not sure if this is picking up on the camera or not, but just out there, a hell of a lot of ripples. So if you can see, we'll keep the camera going, see if anything else decides to show while we stood here. But this could be a nice swim. Commands a lot of water. It's shallow off to the left, comes out to the more deeper end to my right. There's another fish showing out over there, so probably into another swim over there. Some quite nice markers against the horizon for fishing later on tonight. Nice overhanging tree there for a bit of margin work. So yeah, doesn't look too bad of a swim. Not fished this swim yet. I've only really fished the deep end of the lake, which I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, this one doesn't look too bad. Like I say, I've seen a couple of fish show out the front. The bottom of the lake is fairly uniform. It's hard clay with a bit of silt dotted around. There's no weed in here through the winter and hardly any through the summer, so I'm being told. So yeah, let's have a bit more of a walk around, see if we can't see any more fish. Right, here we have the top end of the lake, the deeper end. Looks like that might be Lee and Asa just doing it up. This is a fairly popular peg because fish seem to hole up in this bay. Now obviously fancy to change today because I've only ever fished this end. I fished this swim and that swim again because they're in the bay. But what I'm looking at doing now, I think, is going to go down, put my bucket on the bog swim after seeing those fish showing out front of it, and I think we're going to fish there. So I'm going to turn the camera off now, go and bucket my swim, and get the gear out. So I'll talk to you in a bit. Cheers. So hello again. Got the rods out. As you can see, they're not in the water yet. Been out with a marker float. We're going to be fishing 48 yards out in front of us in about 8.5 foot of water. Use the distance sticks, as you can see, the signets. Nice bit of kit. Marked up with a marker float. Going to be trying out something new today, which is the new Fox Impact bomb. Not tried it yet. Bought it just before Christmas. Haven't managed to get out with it. So looks okay. Opens up well. Mechanisms all enclosed. Should be able to scoop it. So I'm going to give it a couple of chucks, and we'll see how we get on with it. Right, hello again. All set up, as you can see. All three rods are out now. Not much happening. Just had a run on the middle rod, but unfortunately managed to miss it on the take. So a little bit disappointed at that. But it does show that the fish are out there. They're certainly feeding on the bait that I put out earlier. Speaking of putting the bait out, as you can see, is the new Fox Impact Spod. That's the large one on the rod there. To be honest, not overly impressed with it. To be fair, if you've already got a spom, you're not going to really notice much difference. I had twice where I cast out and it opened on the cast, and one time it actually hit the water and didn't even open at all. So it doesn't look like they've fixed the problems that the original spom has. They've just made it some pretty colours and put a Fox label on it. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what other people's feedback are on it. But mine personally, you know, if you've got a spom, stick with the spom. There is no difference in it at all, other than, like I say, pretty colours, and it's got a Fox label on it. So let me just turn this camera around and we'll try and show you roughly where I'm fishing. So if you can just see out there, you've got a tree just off to the left there. Yeah, if you can see, we've got a tree just off to the left there. That's where my left hand rod is. My middle rod is just to where the little tree is there, and my right hand rod is to the tree to the right. So, like I say, fishing what, 47 yards, if you want to argue. 9 foot of water. Like I say, put probably half a dozen spoms out. Don't want to put too much out, obviously, because we're here. It's sort of tail end of December, although it's very warm. The weather says it's going to be 13 degrees today. Looking at the pressure, we're looking at low to our normal pressure. So hopefully that will get the fish moving about and get them on the munch. So if I have anything else, I'll let you know. Oh, just a quick update. Let's just go out of the bivvy. I don't know if you can see them, but if you look all the way up to the end, up there, on the left hand side there, now kneeling down at his rod is Lee, and then just to the right of him, looks like Ace has got the throwing stick out. They've decided to fish off the dam wall, which, to be fair, are the so-called favoured swims. But as far as I'm aware, I'm the only person who's had a run so far. So we shall see whether they are favoured or not. So anyway, I'll check back with you later. So. Right, here we have fish number 1 for Asa, £17.7. Nice looking fish. Bit of underwater footage for you of the release. Fish didn't really want to come out of the sack once we got him back into that cold water. But as you can see, he's just about to stick his head out now, I think. And we'll watch him. There he is, as he comes out, and off into the distance he goes. So, nice fish. So, just had a bit of a mad dash because Ace has just been into a fish. Didn't get any footage of him landing it though, but we have got some footage of him releasing, so that's good. We'll show that as well. I'm sure you probably would have seen that by now. Nice £17.7. Real nice looking fish. Got some nice photos of it, which will be on this that you've already seen probably. Just testing out the ridge monkey at the moment, making myself a nice ham and cheese toasty. So yeah, everything's going pretty good so far. Weather's been a bit drizzly. I had a couple of liners, no real run since the one I lost earlier. So yeah, check back with you in a bit. Okay, we have fish number 2 for Acer. Nice £16.6 common. A bit more underwater footage. This one came out like a rocket, and that's why it shoots off into the distance there. I'm going to interview you. So, 2 fish. Nobody else is getting anything. What's your secret?
Catch them with your hands.
Catch them with your hands. Yeah, for those obviously it wasn't seen, but Ace's last fish ended up with about 50 yards of trailing line. Some idiot was using a barbed hook and it's barbless on the lake, and the lead was still attached where they'd pushed on the tail rubber. So far it didn't drop off. So there are certain people out there that really shouldn't be fishing places like this, but at least the fish is okay now and it's out. And that's number 2 for Ace.
Right.
So, as you can see, Ace has got the clean swim. So he's also in the favoured swim, which is also known as Ace's swim.
Favourite swim, favourite swim.
But
you're not bitter, Jace, are you, at all?
No, not in the slightest. Anyway, we'll let Ace get his rod back. Let's see what he's using. Oh, and in line with a pop-up by the look of it.
No, that's Carpbait Solutions Cold X with an entice topper.
So it's a balanced bait rather than a pop-up.
And long shank hook and £15 end trap.
And what's that you're doing? A stringer?
Yeah. Because I didn't catch it on camera, but I completely cocked up that PVA bag that I just did. So.
Awesome. Well, we'll let him set that up and get back to it. So, speak to him a bit. Number 1 for Lee. It's quarter to 4 in the morning, and £11 8 ounces. There's a very nice sunrise over the lake this morning. And there's fish number 2 for Lee. Caught about 8 o'clock this morning. That one was £14 8. And we've got some release footage of this one, but when I jumped into the water, I think I made it a bit too muddy. It's hard to see, but there she goes, just off into the distance. So good result for Lee and Acer. Here we have a little picture of Acer hoping to win £250 with me and Lee trying to get out of the lake. Well, morning all. Second morning. Nothing for me, I'm afraid. It looks like my gamble to go against the grain and fish in what's more classed as the shallower end of the lake didn't pay off, even though I saw a fish showing here yesterday morning when I got here. So Acer, the total, has had 2, both yesterday in the daytime. Lee has had one about quarter to 4 this morning, and he's just had another one probably about 8 o'clock. Those 2 are packing up because they've got to get back early, being a bank holiday Monday. I'm going to probably stick it out until about 11, 12 o'clock. See if I can't nab one before I go home, which will be nice. So if I don't catch another one, or if nobody catches between now and me going home, I guess this will be the end of the video. If I do happen to catch, I'll do another bit for that. But as you can see, looking out of my bivvy now, the weather has definitely took a turn. Strong wind coming in now, but yeah, cloud cover's not too bad. According to the weather, the pressure is about normal again. It's about 1018. So yeah, you'd think it would be good for a bite, but we shall see.